It's 11:05 right now in Singapore, and we will officially begin. Firstly, a very warm welcome to Apsara Chat Live. Just to briefly introduce myself, I'm Yan Han from Alibaba Cloud's marketing team here, and I'll be your host for today's webinar. And currently, we are streaming live right now in Singapore, as you can see from my screen over here. And I'm also very excited to see attendees from various parts of the world, such as India, Pakistan, Hong Kong, the USA, and more. And if you're not in any of the listed countries that I just mentioned, feel free to let us know in the chat box below. We will love to know. This is going to be a very interactive session, so it's not just going to be you listening to us talking. With polls for you to participate in. You can also ask questions along the way to our speakers at any point in time, or also comment some of anything during our webinar, and we will answer them during our Q&A session at the end of the session. And due to the scale of the webinar, all of you attendees are muted by default. But like I said, throughout the session, just feel free to ask questions and also give your comments. So to kickstart this webinar, I want to give a brief introduction to our new webinar series called the Apsara Chat Live. If you've been following our Apsara Chat series closely, you would be familiar with some of our offline events, whether you've attended one or you've seen them being promoted on the web. And while we love planning these offline events for you, we also thought that people like you can get pretty busy with their schedules. So we thought, why not bring Apsara Chat online then? And that's how our Apsara Chat Live series was born. So this is since this is our very first Apsara Chat Live series, of course, we're to make it a very impactful and exciting one. Firstly, we have an awesome lineup of speakers for our webinar. Just to quickly introduce everyone, we firstly have Gavin Liu, who's our lead solution architect here at Alibaba Cloud. Hi, Gavin.
Hi.
Okay, great. Thanks for joining our webinar. And we also have a very special guest, Albert Wang, who is the lead architect and industry technical specialist at Intel. Hello,
Hi,
Albert.
everyone. Hi.
All right.
Good morning,
Thank you so
everyone.
much. Thank you so much for coming and attending our webinar, Albert. So we are here today with our two experts because of the launch of our latest Elastic Compute Service, or ECS for short. This is our 6th generation of ECS, which is powered by Intel Xeon Scalable Processors, formerly Cascade Lake. It is currently available in Singapore already, but the launch dates vary from regions to regions, and you will receive more information if you're subscribed to our mailing list. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in our first speaker, Gavin Liu, our lead solution architect here at Alibaba Cloud, who will give us an overview of the evolution of our ECS family generation and also share with us some exciting new features of our latest ECS Gen-6. Gavin, please.
Thanks for joining the session. My name is Gavin. I'm the lead solution architect in Alibaba Cloud International. And in this session, I'm going to give you some more information about our new generations for ECS. ECS is just a short, it's a virtual instance. It's a virtual server in our cloud platform. And also, I'm going to just give you some more information about Alibaba Cloud. Maybe someone may not be quite familiar with that. And in the end, I also bring some special gifts to all customers online. So let me just, okay. So I think a lot of people, you might know the Alibaba Group, Taobao.com, Tmall.com. I think a lot of people just spend a lot of money on that. And every year, the Double 11 is a shopping festival for everyone. And maybe some people may not quite familiar with Alibaba Cloud. Well, actually, 10 years ago, when Alibaba Cloud was founded, it's just the support team, the IT support team for the home group. So we support the Taobao.com, we support Tmall.com, we support the Double 11, the huge amount of the traffic spike from that day, and some other BUs in our group. So to support that, because our business just grows really faster, to support that, we need to upgrade our infrastructure once again to make it robust, to handle that. And finally we just grown to is a really cool system, and then we can share that to the external user. So years ago we just switch our role from the internal service provider to an external cloud provider. So right now a lot of people, you can just purchase our service online. You can register the account in Alibaba Cloud platform, and then you can use the resource in all of the world. If you just refer to the picture in the left hand, you can see right now we really have the presence in a lot of countries in the world, from US to Europe and Asia Pacific. Actually, especially in Asia Pacific, we do have a really good coverage. We have 7 regions in mainland China, and also we have regions in Hong Kong, Japan, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, India, Australia, a lot of places, especially in Asia Pacific. Um, I just want to highlight Malaysia and Indonesia because for these two countries, actually, we are the only one cloud provider there. So let's say if you want to expand your business into these two countries, or if you are the customer from these two countries and you want to migrate your business, your application into the cloud, well, I need to say we are the best provider to do that because we do have the data center in these two countries. And also, if you want to extend your business in China, because everyone know that China is really a huge market. If you want to connect your business into China, if you want to connect to the China customer, also Alibaba Cloud is your best choice. We can help you from optimization to do some optimization on your infrastructure, your application, to help you distribute your SaaS service to the China customer. And according to the Gartner report, actually, right now we are the number one. I mean, in Asia Pacific, I mean the market share, we're the number one in Asia Pacific. So we're here to serve more customers in Asia Pacific and also customers in all of the world. So what kind of the service Alibaba Cloud can provide? Let's say from the lower level is the infrastructure. So as we know, it's a IaaS, infrastructure as a service. So we can provide the virtual instance, I mean the virtual servers, the database, the storage, comparing to the traditional on-premise world. You do not need to purchase any hardware, because let's just think that in the premise world, if you just want to set up your business, your application, you need to just purchase some network device, router, switch, firewall, servers, and then you need to run some data center, and then you can build up your application. Spend a lot of money and time. But right now in the cloud platform, it's really easy. Just to click the mouse, and after some minutes, you can get everything. And not only in one country, you can, with Alibaba Cloud International account, you can leverage resource in all of the world, in China, in non-China, all the regions we have. That's the unique feature for our platform. No need to just register a different account in a different country. Just one account, you can leverage all the resources in the world. And that's for the infrastructure level. And beyond that, we do provide the, we call it PaaS, the platform as a service. We have a lot of, let's say, the middleware, the system. You can just use that. No need to build a lot of things from the scratch. Why we have that? Because we face to all the issues as you face right now today. Because in the past 20 years, the Alibaba Group, our business just grows really fast, and we face to, let's say, the security challenge. Every day, every day there's a hacker just try to attack our system. They run the DDoS attack, or they run the application level attack. They try to steal some information from the group. So we need to build something to protect our system, our customer information. We need to protect that. And right now in the Alibaba Cloud platform, we just share everything to the external user. So let's say if you want to build a website, the website is as robust at Taobao.com, you just feel free to use the security utilities in the cloud, and you can get the similar level of the protection as Taobao.com or Tmall.com. It's really cool. And also for the traffic spikes, everyone knows the Double 11, just a huge amount of the traffic. We need to say, well, actually, we created this idea. We just give this conception to the customer that you can just purchase something on that day because you can enjoy a good discount. Wow, and in the other side, we just receive a lot of traffic. So how to handle that? That's really not easy. So we did a lot of research on that. We built our own system, our distributed system, how to handle the traffic. Well, one thing is that when we build an infrastructure, if we make our system distributed, there will bring another issue, how to do the synchronization, right? So it's the different side of the issue. We try to fix one issue, and then we just bring some other problem, and then how to fix that, how to improve our system. So we just keep doing that in the past years, and we have a lot of experience, and then we just take all the experience, we place that into our products, into the features of our product. So right now, if you're using some the cloud product, actually you just enjoy a lot of cool features inside. And another thing is that for big data and AI. So I think right now the big data and AI are the most popular topics in the field. A lot of companies just want to use that. They want to leverage the magic of big data and AI. But only speaking, some customers, they have no idea how to start, right? How to do that? How the big data and AI can bring some benefit to our business. So that's a question. The same in Alibaba Group, in the past years, we did some research on that. So how to leverage the big data and AI to improve our application, and how to use that. Because in the really early days, we did use some third party, some open source tools to do the data cleaning, to train our model. And then we just found one issue. When we do the different tasks, we need to just run that in the different platform with the different tools. It's not easy, brings some problem. So finally, we build our own platform, our own big data platform. We call that DataWorks. So on this platform, we can run anything about the big data tasks just in this platform, just a one-stop station to serve you to do everything. And right now, inside our group, every day we do have a lot of data scientists, and every day the data scientists just using this platform to do a lot of big data tasks and AI training work just on that. So I think if that can fit our requirement, I think it will be suitable for most of the customer to the outside. So again, you can just use that, you can just share that if you register the account in Alibaba Cloud. So just with one account in the cloud platform, you can just get a lot of things, right? And so let's just get back to the ECS. ECS means Elastic Computing Service. So for ECS, that's I think one of the most popular product customer using in the cloud platform. Let's say normally when customer just started to do something, I mean to run some application in the cloud, for most of the customer, I think 99% of customer, they're gonna start it with the ECS, the virtual server, because they no need to just set up any physical server to launch the application. Just use one virtual server, and you can set a spec. You can just check out some storage, and when you do not need that, just release, and there's going to be no further charge. It's really easy to use that. Really cool. And for the ECS, the virtual server, we do have the 3 categories, and for the different usage. And for x86, that's the most general one. And for the other 2 types, it's going to be the FPGA acceleration, the GPU acceleration, and high performance computing. And for x86 computing, I think is going to be suitable for most of the customer, because most customer, the x86, the x86 should be good for you. And for this category, we do have different families. Means that, for example, if your application is just a normal application, nothing special, is not quite CPU consuming or the high memory consuming, you can just select the general purpose, just a general purpose ECS. And let's say if your application is just a high CPU consuming, you can select the high performance. For example, if there's a big data related application, or if you just run that to do some calculation, just a high CPU calculation, you can just pick up the high performance type. And for some application, if there's a high memory consuming, for example, if you are running some, let's say, the middleware application to handle a lot of connections from the end user, one connections will consume some memory, and there's a lot of users try to access your system. You need to handle a lot of connections, their information, and then you need a high memory. And for this scenario, you can just pick up the memory enhanced type. And also another thing is the storage enhanced. Let's say for some application, you might need the local storage to do the acceleration, the performance acceleration. So for this scenario, you can just select the storage enhanced. So normally four types: general purpose and CPU, high performance, memory enhanced, and storage enhanced. So if you just check the orange squares, you can just find that. For G5, G6, here 5 and 6 means the generation. So G5 is the generation 5, the Gen 5, and G6 is the Gen 6, which is the new release generation. So for G5, G6, that's the general purpose type. And for the high performance, that's the HFC 5 or 6. And for if the type is starting as R, that's the R5, R6, that's a memory enhanced. And also for the I2 or D1, D2, that's the storage enhanced. So when you just check our website, when you just check out the instance there, you can select the different types of the CPU, memory, and also you can just refer to the name of the type families, and then you can make the decision which kind of the instance you need to choose. Okay, so previously in our last generation is the Gen 5, we did use the Intel Skylake Lake processor. It's really cool. It's a cool processor. And since Intel just upgraded that to the Cascade Lake, the new generation of the processor in our Gen 6, we also changed our processor to the new one. So after that, we get a lot of CPU enhancement. So later in the next slides, I'm going to just give you some diagram, and you can see the comparison on the performance in this generation and the previous one. And also after that, we did something to enhance our spec instance. I mean, previously our instance is just have up to around 60 cores for the CPU. But for some customer, if they need to just run their application, they need the higher spec instance. Maybe 60 cores may not be enough. So they need some more cores. Yes, for this new generation, we just provide that. So for the new generation, we provide the CPU cores more than 100 cores, which will be suitable for a lot of environment. For example, if you're gonna run a big data cluster in our platform, if you want to migrate your Hadoop from your on-premise data center to the cloud, or if you want to run, for example, the SAP HANA, this kind of the heavy application, yeah, you can just check out these higher spec instances. And also we did some resource optimization. In next slide, I will give you more information on that, on the memory, on the networking bandwidth. We did a lot of optimization, and you can get a better performance on that. So after that, we keep our price similar to the previous generation, so the customer can get the cost effective. So here is the diagram, and you can get some detailed information on the comparison for our this generation to the previous generation. You can see G5 and G6. The blue line are G5, and the orange lines are the G6. So first, for the GPU performance, we did some benchmark and found normally it just increased 20% to 30%. I think it's a huge incremental on that. So, and for the memory, we did some benchmark on the memory read-write performance, because for memory, the idle latency and memory bandwidth, that's the key features for the memory. So we did that, and we found the latency just decreased around 40%, and the memory bandwidth increased around 15%. And also, we did some testing on the real scenario. For example, for Redis, I think Redis is one of the most popular scenario for the customer to do the cache for your application, right? Because normally the cache can increase a lot on your performance. So for the cache scenario, for the Redis read and write, our performance just increased more than 20%. And for NGX requests per second, again 20%. And for the MySQL QPS query per second and the query latency, the query per second just increased and the query latency decreased a lot. And also for network throughput, because right now we found a lot of customers, they just build the server cluster in the cloud. And so the servers inside this cluster need to communicate with each other, which needs the higher bandwidth. And in our last generation, we can provide the networking bandwidth up to 2.5 GB per second. Some customers just provide us the feedback that maybe that's not enough for their application. So in the new generation, we just increase that a lot. We increase that to up to 10 GB per second. So customer can just enjoy that. No concern of any internal networking throughput. You can just use that, and you can just enjoy the change. Yeah, and so for this is the instances, the new generation instances. We can see for the C6 and G6 and R6. C6 means the CPU performance type, and the G6 means the general purpose type, and R6 means the memory enhanced time. And you can see for the last two lines in each box, there are instances with CPU 15 cores and 104 cores. They are the new instances in this generation. So with this, customer can just run heavy software, for example, the SAP, the AMAP reduced. You can just migrate your Hadoop in the cloud. You can just do big data with the deep learning. No need to worry about the performance, because we can just scale to the size you need. You can just enjoy that. One more thing about the new promotion. That's a gift to all the customer online. And we know that Double 11, there's a lot of promotions for Taobao.com and Tmall.com. Yes, right now the same for Alibaba Cloud. And if the customer, they're gonna just purchase some new generate the Gen-6 instance, they can just enjoy the promotion. There are three kinds of the promotion. For the new enterprise account, if you just purchase the new type, the C6, R6, and the G6, you're gonna just enjoy 90% off. And for any customer, any instance, you can if you just do the subscription for monthly or yearly, you can just enjoy 40% off. And also there's a cashback program. You can get up to 300 coupon cashback if you just spend some money in the cloud platform. And if you want to get some more detailed information on this promotion, you can just feel free to refer to the link or scan the QR code to get to our website. So just to wrap up, so in this session, I just introduced some more background of Alibaba Cloud, how we support the home group, and also the features in new generation and our promotion program. Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much, Gavin, for sharing your knowledge on Alibaba Cloud's ECS family generation. So, if any of you have any questions on Gavin's presentation, feel free to drop in the question box below or in the comment box. I saw a question already, which we will answer at a Q&A session later. And also, those of you who are interested in the Double 11 promotion, you can also find out more information in the link that I've just pasted in the chat box too. So before we move on to the presentation, we're going to run some polls for all of you to just kind of understand your thoughts on the following. So first one would be, what are the top 3 considerations when it comes to selecting your cloud provider? Whether it's technologies and service roadmap, training and certifications, data security, data governance, and compliance. Okay, so the top 3 considerations are data security, data governance, and compliance. And also, obviously, pricing is also a big consideration as well, and also migration support. And then let's do another poll, which is, which aspects of ECS Gen 6 interest you the most? Is it enhanced computing performance, improved memory performance, increased network performance, ability to handle workloads in different scenarios? Let us know what interests you the most so that we can actually improve our product to serve you guys better too. All right, great. So the top few aspects that interest you guys the most would be enhanced compute performance, ability to handle workloads in different scenarios, and also the competitive advantage with higher performance. Thank you everyone for participating in the poll. So right now, without further ado, I will invite Albert, the lead architect and industry technical specialist at Intel, who will be sharing more about Intel second Xeon Scalable Processors. Albert, please.
Hi everyone, good morning. And my name is Albert, and I'm the solution architect and industry specialist based in Singapore. I cover a few industries across financial service, HPC, healthcare, cloud, and IoT in Asia Pacific. Today, thanks for the invitation from Ali Cloud. I'd like to share the following agenda with you. First, I will talk about a little bit about Intel and Ali Cloud strategic and global partnership, and then our solution highlights for the second generation Xeon Scalable Processor. Basically, there are 3 boosts: the performance boost, the deep learning boost, and the memory boost. As a result, you get the TCO boost. The last part is the Q&A. So after that part, I will hand over to Yanhan. So let's move on. Nowadays, the data-centric era, according to a research by Forbes in 2018, we got 90% of data in the last 2 years. So, but only 2% of this data are effectively utilized. Ali Cloud and Intel collaborate to support your cloud journey. The collaboration across engineering, research, marketing, and ecosystem development. Regardless which segment or industry you are in, you can see the data growth is faster and larger than ever. Cloud has become the powerful tool to reduce the complexity and the cost, enabling customers to focus on business transformation and innovation. So over a decade, Ali Cloud and Intel have partnered together to support customers in innovation. And we have a collaboration across the architecture and platform. We work together as a trusted advisor for customer cloud transformation. We at Intel pride ourselves in both depth of industry and customer collaboration to yield the best end customer value from our underlying technology. The investment in silicon innovation and deep industry optimization provides a rich choice of data-centric solutions and services headed to market as you have seen on this page. Towards that end, we have worked very hard with Ali Cloud through hardware beta and the early access program to kickstart customer value evaluation and early deployment of this solution. We work closely on this engagement to ensure the full platform optimization with Ali Cloud is delivered, whether it be our Cascade Lake or the second generation Xeon Scalable Processor with persistent memory. and framework optimization for deep learning boost the edge workloads. So let's have a closer look and a deeper discussion on what I have just covered for the benefit of Intel Xeon Scalable Processor. It's easy to claim industry-leading performance or price. Now I'd like to back up this with what I said with data. Gavin has shared earlier, Ali Cloud has published this amazing result on their website. I just reiterate a few data here. For the same, you can see from the left, for the same vCPU number, you can have a higher performance. That include up to 30% performance improvement in either your integer or floating point computing, and 15% on memory bandwidth increase, and 220% on the peak network performance. So that's amazing. We also see they are up to 4 times improvement on the deep learning inference with the leading integer 8 computing technology. That we call it Intel Deep Learning Boost. The Cascade Lake has speak up the typical machine learning operation like the convolution and automatically improve the inference performance over a wide range of deep learning workloads. So for the next one, why does this matter? Intel architecture can do more with less. This translates into real saving to you, especially when considering the impact of software licensing. A single core of Intel Xeon Scalable Processor will do that takes 2 or 4 cores, depending on the workloads or of another technology. Again, this is about delivering both value and performance. Now I have explained the performance numbers, so let's talk about value. Intel has 20,000 software engineers that works with over 1,000 industry solution vendor ecosystem partner to optimize, validate, and test application. So each new version of VMware, Microsoft Windows, Microsoft SQL, Oracle, SAP, etc., all optimized and validated to work on the past, present, and future Intel architecture and Ali Cloud instances. This allows you to focus on your business, not on revalidating architecture when you're transitioning to Ali Cloud. Again, to back up with data, the next 2 data points show the workload optimization has been done by Intel and Ali Cloud. Look at the key database application that can be Redis, Nginx, or MySQL. You will get more than 20% improvement. Also, with the innovative 3D XPoint technology, we have the persistent memory added to the traditional DRAM memory. So basically, you can have 4.5 terabytes memory for each CPU socket. Again, this is where the value of Intel in your Ali Cloud instance matter. So you can focus on running your business, knowing that Intel and Ali Cloud have delivered this industry-leading and certified performance to meet your needs. Today, we are building on our momentum in a significant way with a new class of the advanced performance processors and workload optimized upgrade across our second generation Xeon platform. So when you look at the processor naming, you can see we have augmented the processor generation number to 2, which is the second digit in its name. So we have many new workload optimized SKU. So Ali Cloud has carefully selected and customized this SKU to utilize them in their instances. The second generation Xeon Scalable Processor, built from a foundation of innovation, now adds support for groundbreaking memory innovation, new embedded artificial intelligence acceleration, and hardware enhanced security. There are 4 series from bronze, silver, gold, platinum, where the platinum delivers the highest level of performance, security, agility, and efficiency. Without going too many details, this has been seamlessly translated into different specialized Ali Cloud instances for your choice. So let's move on. With 95 world records that features Intel Xeon processor, we have the option to deliver scale up and scale out flexibility and enhance the performance across all the levels. You can see we have highlighted up to 4.4 Hz Intel Turbo Boost technology frequency and up to 36 terabytes of system memory with the Intel persistent memory and the DRAM combined together. In fact, some of the first use cases you will see, such as SAP HANA deployment on Intel persistent memory, will be 8-socket system with 36 terabytes memory. And we can deliver up to twice the system memory compared with our prior generation, which is Skylake. The new generation's Xeon Scalable processor have delivered a lot of performance improvement based on the specification I just mentioned, such as 2012 doesn't feel that very long ago, but you can see up to 3.5 times performance improvement. And the second generation Xeon processor has bring the transformational upgrade to the outdated infrastructure. We have 1.3 times performance improvement compared with Intel Xeon Scalable processor just introduced in 2017. New level of artificial intelligence feature up to 14 times of performance boost with a new deep learning boost technologies. Also, we have the hardware enhanced security. The real-time encryption will not impose any performance overhead compared with the software mitigation against all the so-called side channel attack. And also with integrated Intel AVX 512 and additional hardware accelerators, we bring you an agile service delivery with enhanced efficiency. So, for example, most inference today has already run on Intel Xeon Scalable processor. We knew AI application could further benefit from the hardware and software optimization. So we enhanced the Intel processor to give you the best flexibility for both AI and the vast range of data-centric workload. For deep learning especially, performance has already improved 30 times for inference today with the latest Intel Xeon Platinum 9200 processor compared with the performance we have got 2 years ago in 2017. If you compare with the 8200, which has been available in the Ali Cloud, it's still 14 times faster. With subsequent generation, Intel is committed to deliver additional Intel deep learning boosts embedded accelerator, such as new optimized instruction set, plus every day bring additional in-generation software, such as the library optimized frameworks optimization. The Xeon Scalable processor is not only good on inference, but also can accommodate very large models and scale them with high efficiency due to the better utilization of for the memory on chip. This is also applicable to many other AI applications. So let's have a look at the security features. We partner with Ali Cloud to ensure those hardware enhancement rooted with modern processor and the library-based open source solution can be well utilized by the developers. Also, we work with Ali Cloud to develop this optimized software and give the user much better experience than before. So before for the developer to enhance the security, privacy, and get the compliance enforcement, you can actually get this benefit from Ali Cloud very easily. Before I move to the next part, for the innovative memory and storage part, I have a small quiz for you. If you are careful about my prior slides, you can easily find the answer here. How much memory can you have on a two processor-based system? As I mentioned, for each individual CPU socket, you can get that much of memory. So on a two processor system, what will be the maximum memory you can get?
Hold on, we're getting more and more people participating. Hold on.
Yeah.
The answer is 3 TB. As in they actually voted 3 TB. Is that the correct answer?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't see anyone choose 9 terabytes. In the second generation Xeon Scalable Processor, you are able to make 9 terabytes on a single two-socket node or system. So let me introduce the Intel persistent memory. Developers are frequently limited to two distinct places to place data. It can be memory or storage, but there is a huge gap between these two. In order to have a truly workload optimized system, the gap needs to be filled so that we can move efficiently to turn data from burden to an asset. This Intel persistent memory is look exactly the same as the DRAM, and it's actually compatible by its physical specification. Actually, with Cascade Lake, you can plug that directly into a DRAM slot. So that will give you maximum 3 terabytes DRAM plus 6 terabytes persistent memory. That's 9 terabytes in all, because for each single DIMM slot, you can get 12 gig per slot. This is some of the workload we have put together as a general guidance, and this can be also loaded on Ali Cloud. This can give our customers some starting point for your conversation to convert some of the enterprise workload on the cloud. So Ali Cloud has already provided the support for the persistent memory. So when you have any memory consuming workloads, remember to discuss this with Ali Cloud. The last part I will share is the software part. Intel is continuing its deep commitment to software investment across a spectrum of areas, from library, AI frameworks, compiling, and parallel programming, and more, to help the ecosystem and the developer ensure their application take advantage of the hardware capability and ease the development to the new platform. As you have seen, all these new improvement enhancement on the processor, you leverage them through those compiled and packaged software solutions. These software tools specially designed for performance and memory and deep learning capability. We have Ali Cloud has already integrated all those performance library and tools on their platform. So quick summary. The takeaway for today is first, what we are trying to introduce to you is the latest generation processor and the latest generation instances. This bring you better TCO, better performance with more optimization. As you can see, Gavin shared with you, there's a promotion for the newer generation instance as well. So go for the newer one. And the solution highlight, all these features enhancement bring you the boost on performance, artificial intelligence, and memories. Then you get better TCO. On the software side, we have start using the optimized library and the software solution on the cloud, and you can get better performance and improve the software design. Thank you.
So right now, we'll be opening up the floor for the Q&A session. So let's check our chat box over here to see the questions. Okay, so the question one would be to Gavin. Which regions have already launched ECS Gen 6? Can you unmute yourself, Gavin? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
just unmute.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, just a minute. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's for the launch plan for the new Gen 6, right? So for Gen 6, it's already launched in some regions, for example, in mainland China, in Singapore, in Hong Kong, Germany, and UK. And we're
Mm.
also gonna just launch that in some other regions, for example, in US, Japan, Mumbai, Indonesia, and Malaysia. So I think customer can just check our website to get the current status and as well some update. So I think that's the magic of the cloud. So normally maybe today you think you found it's not there, but tomorrow is launched in that region. Another suggestion for our customer is that if you, for example, you hope the new generation or new software could be launched in your region, you already found that in some other region, but not launched in your region, you can just send us a feedback via the ticket or the community, and we can collect the feedback and modify our roadmap. Thanks.
Thanks so much, Gavin. All right, we have also a question for Albert, which is, do I have to use Gen 6 instances for AI acceleration?
The answer is you don't have to only use the latest generation to get the acceleration. When Intel made the new optimization, we consider all the generation. But say if you want to get 14 times improvement on your AI application, that requires some new features only available in the Gen 6 or Cascade Lake. Say that is integer 8 and the new instruction set. Then you get most from the new solution. You don't have to only use the if you still want to stay with older generation, you still get promising improvement, just not that big as the latest one. So it will be recommended for using the latest generation to make most of the new solution.
All right, thank you so much, Albert, and also Gavin. Due to the lack of time, unfortunately, we'll be ending our Q&A session over here. So thank you everyone for your participation and also questions. I would like to thank our two wonderful speakers over here, Gavin and Albert, for their generous knowledge and also their time. And with that, this marks the end of our first Apsara Chat Live. As mentioned earlier, don't forget to check out our amazing Double 11 deals in the link as I posted in the chat box as well. And thank you once again for being part of our Apsara Chat Live. This is only the beginning of our series, and I hope to see all of you soon. Thank you, and goodbye.